My name is Abs, you're watching the Hayati channel. Hello and good morning from Blackpool. Whilst we're here in Blackpool, we intend to check out several other attractions that they have, such as the Merlin attractions, Madame Tussauds.
Hi guys, we're here in Blackpool. So we've just come out of the Blackpool Tower Dungeon. It is a very interesting experience. It's very dark indoors, very dark indeed.
Wait a minute, what is the dungeon for those who don't know?
There are... Why don't we come closer and you can show them?
Yeah.
Come with me and I will show you.
Yeah. So just explain briefly what happens inside for those who don't know about this place.
It's a scary maze type experiences based on the history of Blackpool. So historic events that have happened are told to you in a sort of storytelling way that...
It's similar to the Halloween mazes that you have probably seen on the video.
Similar to Halloween scare mazes, yeah. But it's based on history, so it's all real, the facts and figures that they tell you. So we have the Descent, we have the Dark Chapel, we have the Plague Doctor, we have the Torturer, we have the Courtroom, we have the Labyrinth, the Viking Invasion, Skippole Smugglers, Pendle Witches, and Drop Dead. And that's what we've just done. It takes between 50 minutes to an hour. We've just come out of it, and I think it's definitely something to experience, especially if you're interested in sort of Blackpool history and historic moments in terms of what's happened in Blackpool Tower over the years, that kind of thing. Very interesting. And sorry, the sun's in my face, so I'm making really weird expressions. Yeah, very interesting experience. We bought this as a package deal with Madame Tussauds, so it was a bit cheaper for us, I think, plus we bought it in advance, but I can't remember the exact prices.
Yeah, so obviously the dungeon, they have it all around in England, you know, the London dungeon, you got one in Alton Towers, Warwick Castle, and of course we are not allowed to film inside because obviously it's live acting going on. But yeah, we're here second time for me in Blackpool, first time for you in Blackpool.
Yes,
and we're here to say 7 days we're going to be trying out so many different attractions. Here we go, we're on the horse carriage. Can't see the horse properly, but cost us £20. The horse carriage. Where does it exactly go? I can't remember.
Just like 15 minutes.
Yeah, pink. It's very pretty though. Pink, very girlish.
Yes, it's a princess carriage.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing in it.
Once you're inside again, by the shock factor.
We are outside Pasaje Del Terror. That's really bad accent on my part. They dare you to enter. In the beginning, you will feel afraid. Later on, you will know what horror is. By then, it may be too late.
There's usually a guy with a fancy dress stands up here. So we just came out from Terror. I don't know how to pronounce that French word. Pasaje Del very bad, which is a horror scare attraction. It is located inside the Blackpool Pleasure Beach, just inside one of the entrance. It's actually part of the casino building, I believe. But of course, when you get the Blackpool Pleasure Beach wristband or e-ticket, like in our times, that attraction is not included. Just like Ripley's Believe It or Not does not include that. I'm not sure if Blackpool Pleasure Beach actually operates that or is a different company. Now in terms of the experience, it was really good, very intense, 8 or 9 out of 10 for in terms of jump scares and scare factor. The actors really look very scary. Of course we can't film inside, so I can't really show how it's like, but you can see from the screen that we recorded on the screen what some of the glimpse that happens. Due to COVID-19, some of the measures will be slightly different. I've not been there before, so I believe maybe possibly they used to touch you before. Again, I'm not too sure. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me on the comment section below. They have actors from different horror movies such as Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw possibly, and The Clown, can't remember the name of that. And yeah, the soundtrack, the smoke effects, the strobe lights, all of them very well done, very nice. Overall, I'll give this a good 8 out of 10, but the price is a bit expensive because it's very short. What is it, about a couple of minutes inside? And yeah, I mean, once you go in, obviously you get greeted by a member of staff. They explain the do's and don'ts, the rules, and you can also read the do's and don'ts just before you enter. And yeah, they don't really tell you any kind of stories like the dungeon. It's just an actor comes and does his job, scares you, and you just bang on, move on to the next one.
People are slowing you down, you're freaking out because things are coming at you from left, right and center. Scary, scary experience.
So right now we're still in the area of Pleasure Beach. We're thinking of giving it a try. The South Pier, some of the rides, funfair rides.
And then if we come right the way back out, and then look, there's this guy here.
Oh, hello there again. So the time is around 2:36 p.m. and we're gonna try to attempt to check out this lovely South Pier behind me. Why are we going there? For the rides. Now this park or this pier doesn't have any quality like really unique kind of rides like the Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which is on the other side, you can't see from there, but it has a lot of like funfair style flat intense rides like the breakdance, which we did at London Winter Wonderland. You got the crazy coaster, which is like a wild mouse type, very jerky maybe, and you got waltzers. And moreover, you also got some of the bungee jump and sky drops, which we did in Oakwood, if you remember, if you've been following us, if you have a good memory, which are quite expensive though here, £20. I think that's a bit pushing it. But nevertheless, we're gonna go in and check it out. In terms of the opening times, it seems like they only open during the weather. I mean, depending how the weather is doing. They don't seem to have a fixed time. Let's go.
So Sky Coaster, the world's most amazing ride apparently. It's £20 per person. Fly 1, 2 or 3 together. No tickets, no refunds.
Here I saw a guy, he actually made all this with his stick. Old guy. It says God loves you. So unfortunately we didn't end up getting on South Pier rides because when we went there it wasn't very clear whether they are going to operate it or not. Only the adventure zone such as the Sky Coaster they were operating, but in terms of the other rides they did a test ride here and there, but they didn't seem to run it. Maybe they start quite late. Again, we are aware that it is all weather dependent. Even many of the shops that actually run in this area in the seafront, they're all weather dependent, which means they don't have a fixed closing times, starting times like you would find in London shops. But it just depends on how the weather is doing, and based on that they decide to open and close. It's not a big loss because the rides are mainly funfair, typical funfair rides that we have done many times. Here we are in the famous North Pier in Blackpool. It is 20 miles per hour wind. I don't know if you can show them what's behind you.
Look, I can see the waves and the wind, although you can't see the wind obviously. Anything else you want to say?
No. Oh yeah.
Oh.
North Pier doesn't really have too many interesting things like the South Pier. It's got a carousel that looks very vintage and pretty. Got a few bars and one or two
kids ride here. And if you get out of the way, there's a helter-skelter behind him there.
Well,
that's about it.
Definitely feels good just to come around here. It's a gorgeous place.
We're on North Pier. It's super windy. And we just found this carousel, so we thought we'd give you guys a shot of what it looks like.